Okay, let's start. Okay, so baking powder is poured onto a flat surface at a constant rate of 2 pi cm cubed per cm. Okay, and form a right circular cone. The radius of the cone is always 1/18 of this height. Find the rate of change of the radius, blah blah blah. So what I usually do is write out what you are given. This is cm cubed per second. So this is dv dt is equals to 2 pi. So need to know whether do I need to put minus or not. Pour onto the flat surface and then it become, so it was like round, then it slowly become a cone. So this is like increasing. So in this case it is positive, no need to put negative. Teacher, will you post this? Yes, today is Wednesday or Thursday. Today's I already lost the day. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, my team will upload by tomorrow. So we will upload by tomorrow. Okay, so then they say that the radius of the cone is 1/18 of its height. So I'm going to write out R is equals to 1/18h. Okay, then they ask to find the rate of change of radius. Okay, this is a little bit different. Usually they say find the rate of change of radius, like they will tell you either h is something or r equals to something or v equals to something, right? But this one is time. Okay, so we write out what they want first. So they want us to do dr dt equals to question mark when t equals to 3 seconds. So write out this information first. Okay. Okay, no more asking today paper 1 questions already. Let's just focus on revising, okay? I haven't really looked at the paper yet because I have no time. I only just received the paper like 30 minutes ago. So no time for me to analyze much. Okay, come, let's focus already. Move on. Let's move on. Okay. Yes, if they never ask for exact, then you can just, but if it's certs, that means you definitely have to do certs lah. If it's a certs question, of course I have to leave in certs. Okay, so in this question, this one a little bit different. Later, let's see what we're going to do with this. So over here, you look at this one. I got dt, v and r. That means I need a formula which is v in terms of r. Okay, v in terms of r. So this is a cone. So it's just v is equals to 1/3 pi r square h first. I know I need to do v in terms of r. So I need to make the h become in terms of r. So that's why they give you this information over here. Radius is 1/18/h. So I need to change the h to become r. So over here, I need to make h a subject. So times 18. So I will have h equals to 18r. Okay, h equals to 18r. Yes, I will post replay of today. I will post the replay of today lesson tomorrow. Okay, so now let's sub in. So that means my v will be equals to 1/3 pi r squared. The h now become 18r. Okay, so 1/3 times 18 is 6. So this one v is equals to 6 pi r cubed. Okay, and we're going to do dv dr. So it will be 18 pi r squared. So now we have our dv dr, dr dt, and dv dt. Okay, so put the connected chain. So it will be dv dt equals to dv dr multiplied by dr dt. So dv dr, you see, this is 18 pi r squared. But over here, this is t is equals to 3. So how are we going to find this particular r? Okay, this is the dr dt that is unknown. dv dt is given, which is 2 pi. So over here, see, when time is given, okay, when the time is given, and over here, I only have 1 dv dt. So that means I'm going to use the dv dt. So you will take v is equals to 2 pi multiplied, because this is per second. So I times 3 is 6 pi. So that means when t equals to 3, the v is equals to 6 pi. Okay, so I'm going to make use of this one to find out what's the corresponding error. So you will say 6 pi equals to 6 pi r cubed. Cancel the 6 pi, so that means r cubed is equals to 1, r equals to 1. Okay, so now you will sub this here. So therefore you have 2 pi equals to 18 pi multiplied by dr dt. So you are supposed to solve this. This is your unknown. So my dr dt will be equals to 2 pi divided by 18 pi. So 2 pi divided by 18 pi. Cancel the pi, simplify, so you get 1 over 9. This is radius, so it's cm per second. Done. Actually, why do you need to flip? You see, I always teach, y'all should be not new to me teaching rate of change. I always put them in 3 component. 3 component. You can see that the middle one is the without dt. So dv dr is here. So dv, look at the numerator, dv. So here is dv dt. The denominator is dr, so the right hand side is dr dt. So once you have these 3, sub in what you have. So over here, you can see that, oh, the unknown is dr dt. So it's just like solving algebra. This is your unknown, right? So to solve this unknown, because it's 18 pi times this unknown, so just bring this 18 pi, bring over, it becomes 2 pi divided by 18 pi. So there's no need for you to flip anything. So this question only tricky at this part. When you see time, so don't panic. It's actually just sub in into the dt accordingly, because the dt is per second, you see. The dt is per second. You see, this is dv dt. So if I sub in 3, it means that the volume is 6 pi. Okay? So I will skip this question because trigo graph already came out. Okay, the paper 1 already demoralized me. Okay, like I say, don't let it affect you already. Focus on your next paper. Okay, and focus on revision for paper 2. Okay, I mentioned focus on trigo. Okay, focus on rate of change, R formula. Okay, logarithm. Okay, trigo must revise because I believe they will come out a lot of trigo in paper 2. That's my guess But again, I'm not God, so I don't know whether is it true or not. Okay, so let's go to the question 3. Question 3 is also kinematic. Kinematic also came out, so I'm going to skip this question. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Okay, differentiation of trigo. So differentiate x cosine 2x with respect to x. So this is x multiplied by cosine 2x. Okay, so hi Che, you went live. Today is 7 o'clock. Today I start 7 to 9. Because today I don't have teaching, so I can start earlier. Okay, so we're going to apply product rule. So our differentiate x cosine 2x equal, keep left, differentiate the right hand side. Differentiate cosine is minus, minus sign. So it's minus sine 2x. Differentiate the theta, so it's times 2. Plus keep right, which is cosine 2x. Differentiate the x, which is 1. So simplify, so it's minus 2x sine 2x plus cosine 2x. It's just like that. Okay, so now they ask you, using your answer, find blah, blah, blah. So this is actually integration using reverse. Means that if you look at this one, you cannot integrate this one. Okay, without the part A, there's no way you can integrate this one. I mean, based on O level. O level. Today, AMath O level. Today is AMath O level paper 1. AMath already over. So this one is AMath revision. So this is called integration using the reverse. So what you're going to do is, use part A. Always write out, you see, differentiate this, I get this. So I want you to write out, oh, so that means integrate this. So when I integrate minus 2x sine 2x, okay, integrate cosine 2x dx equals to the original, which is x cosine 2x plus c. Later, then I put in the limits. So let's analyze first. So what you're going to do is integrate this, you get back this. So you will write, oh, okay, integrate this, I split into two terms, is equals to the original. So usually they have two terms, right? And the two terms, one term can integrate as per normal. Only this one cannot integrate as per normal. But you can take a look at the first term. Our objective is to get x, 1x. Currently now is minus 2. But it's fine. So let's keep this one the subject first. This one we shall integrate as per normal. So I put out the minus 2. This one no need to do anything. Just keep it there. So we will integrate this one. Integrate cosine is sine. So it will be sine 2x over. Differentiate the theta, which is 2. Put it at the denominator because this is integration. Okay. X cosine 2x plus c. So I'm going to bring this to the right hand side. So it becomes minus 2 integrate x sine 2x dx is equals to x cosine 2x minus half sine 2x plus c. Okay, still need to do one more step. Let's divide by negative 2. Why divide by negative 2 is because look at the question. They asked me to integrate x sine 2x is 1x. Currently now I have is minus 2. So I need to change this to 1. So what I'm going to do is divide by negative 2. So divide by negative 2, now I have integrate x sine 2x dx. And now at the same time, I also can put in the limit already. So I'm going to put 2 pi and pi. So divide by negative 2. So this one become minus half x cosine 2x plus 1/4 sine 2x. And I'm going to put in the limit, which is 2 pi and pi. Okay. So now let's sub in the 2 pi. Okay. So when you sub in later, when you go and find the answer, make sure you're in the radian mode. Because cosine, pi, all these are in radian. So you will have minus half 2 pi cosine 2 pi plus 1/4 sine 2 pi. Okay. Subtract okay, so minus half. Now I'm going to sub in pi. So pi cosine 2 pi plus 1/4 sine 2 pi. Yes, constant doesn't apply when there's a limit. Okay, don't worry about those rude people. Let's focus on revising. My moderator will do his job. He will block those rude people. So let's just focus. Now I'm also very zen already. Every time I see funny comments, I just ignore. So you all also must learn from me. Ignore. Okay, so this one you got to be careful. Okay, this one is cosine 4 pi. So cosine 4 pi, when you key the calculator, you will get 1. Okay, you will get 1. Okay, let's key together. Make sure that you are in the radian mode. So cosine 4 pi. See, I get 1. But provided you are in the radian mode. So I will have minus half times 2 pi is minus pi. So I will have minus pi 1 plus this one. See here, sine 4 pi. How about sine 4 pi? Sine 4 pi, you get 0. So this one, 1/4 0. So actually no need to write. You want, you can write like that. Okay. Okay, I still put the bracket first. Okay, so now here, cosine 2 pi. Cosine 2 pi, if you key calculator, it is also 1. So over here, it will be minus. This one is minus pi over 2. Minus pi over 2 and then 1. Sine 2 pi is also 0, so it's plus 1/4 0, and then close it. Thanks for the rows. Okay, so you will have minus pi here. See this one, this is minus pi, this is minus minus. That's why bracket is very important. So you end up having plus pi over 2. So minus pi plus pi over 2 is minus pi over 2, and that will be the answer. Okay, so this one might come out because this is reverse. I don't see this question today, I think. Hi, do you coach P1, P2 tuition? Oh no, I never teach primary school. Last time I teach P5 and P6. Now I focus on teaching Sec 1 to Sec 5, O level. N level and O level lah. Okay? Oh yes, I teach Sec 1. I teach Sec 1 to Sec 5. Normal Acad, Express, Normal Tech I also teach. Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's go to the next question. Next question is what? Let me see. Okay, this one, I'm not so sure whether it came out, but I'm going to do this question. Okay. Like I mentioned, you can go to my bio, click on the YouTube link. Okay, can go to search under my video, search for Trigo. I have previous TikTok live, I also did a lot of Trigo already. Today I don't have Trigo questions because I prepared the questions before today, you know. So not in time. Okay, so let's take a look here. So the equation of a curve is blah blah blah. In the case where p equals to 2, they ask you to find the set of values of x for which the curve lies above the line y equals to 1. First, we're going to sub in our p equals to 2. So we will have y is equals to 2 plus 2, x squared minus 10x plus 2 plus 1. So we will have y is equals to 4x squared minus 10x plus 5. So this is the equation of the curve. Then after that, they ask you to find the set of values of x for which the curve lies above the line. So it simply means that, oh, this is my curve. They want to find the x value whereby it's above y equals to 1. It means more than 1. Okay, so then after that, bring this 1 over. So you have 4x squared minus 10x plus 5 minus 1. So we have 4x squared minus 10x plus 4 more than 0. Did I say 4 just now? Yeah, bring over, so it becomes plus 4. I can reduce it, divide by 2 throughout. Okay, when you divide by positive number, you don't have to flip the symbol. So in case you need to divide by negative, please remember to flip your symbol, okay? Please remember to flip your symbol. So over here, I will have 2x squared minus 5x plus 2 more than 0. So you have to factorize this. So we will have x minus 2. Actually, this is just inequality, quadratic inequality. It's just that maybe student will say, how to do above y equals to 1? Because this is your curve, then this is your another so-called the line. They say above 1 means actually you just put this more than 1. Then just bring the 1 over. Okay, so this one, you will have to draw the graph. And label, we have half and 2. So half and 2. More than 0 is shade the 2 corner. So shade the 2 corner. So therefore, the answer is simply x less than half or x more than 2. Done. How do you factorize so quickly? I already did the work. Teacher Kangie prepare the question. I also need to do homework before I come live, you know. Yeah. Okay. Because if you're going to wait for me to press calculator, I don't think I have enough time to cover too many questions. A binomial already came out today will not come out paper 2 Y half. You let this equals to 0, it will be half. You let this equals to 0, it will be 2. So we have half and 2. Okay, so then next, they say find the range of values of P. Okay, take note, this part B and part A is not related. So you don't get yourself confused. Why is it that they tell me P equals to 2? Then over here, they tell me to find range of values of P. This 2 is not related. So this part B, you will just ignore the statement they state on part A and do it. So they ask you to find the range of values of P for which the curve lies completely below the line. So I'm going to write the curve, which is our P plus 2x squared minus 10x plus 2p plus 1. You see, this one, they said this curve lies completely below the curve. So below 2x plus 3. So it's just bring everything to the left-hand side. So we have P plus 2x squared minus 10x plus 2p plus 1 minus 2x minus 3 less than 0. No need to open up, because our objective is to find out, to put it into the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. And you can see that there's no other x squared. So my coefficient of x squared is already known, which is p plus 2. Okay, so let's simplify. So we have p plus 2x squared minus 12x plus 2p minus 2 less than 0. Okay, so you see, they are saying this quadratic graph, this is always less than 0, means it's always negative. So actually this means what? This means that it is below the x-axis. This means it is below the x-axis, or you can say that it is always negative. So this situation, okay, you have two conditions you need to fulfill. First is the A must be a set face, and my discriminant b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. Because when it's below the x-axis, means that it does not cut the x-axis, that means there's no solution. So if there's no solution, means that the discriminant is less than 0. Okay, and below the x-axis, for it to be always negative, it has to be a set face. So that's why my A is less than 0. So you have two conditions you need to fulfill. So you will have to base on these two conditions to find out what is the P range to give you these two conditions. So first, your A is, okay, I'm going to write out what is my A. So A is P plus 2. My B is the coefficient of X, which is minus 12. My C is the constant. In this case, it is C is 2P minus 2. Okay. So next, let's do this condition first. So A less than 0 means that we will write P plus 2 less than 0. So P less than negative 2. Please remember this condition as well. Many students only do this condition, then they forget about this condition. Okay, so I repeat, always negative or below the x-axis, you have two conditions. Set face plus discriminant is less than 0. If it's always positive, means above the x-axis, it is a happy face. So the A is more than 0. Above x-axis also it means that it doesn't cut x-axis, means also no roots. So it also is discriminant less than 0. So this is my first range of P that I need to fulfill. Now let's do our discriminant. So my discriminant will be B squared. So it will be B squared minus 4AC less than 0. So this one just have to be very careful. Okay, if you are not very strong in your algebra manipulation, so I will suggest that you rainbow this one, then after that simplify. Okay, don't do one at one go. Is to reduce the careless mistake. So I will have 144 minus 12 squared is 144. This side I will have, so if I rainbow, I will have minus 8p squared plus 8p minus 16p plus 16 less than 0. Let's simplify it. Minus 8p squared minus 8p plus 160 less than 0. Do you see that over here, this is a quadratic inequality and this is negative. Okay, before we're going to factorize, okay, always, this for quadratic inequality, always make it a happy face. So I'm going to multiply by I'm going to divide by negative 8 throughout in this case. So you see, divide by negative 8 throughout. Remember just now I mentioned when you divide by negative, you need to flip the mouth. So we will have p squared plus p minus 20 more than 0. So see here, I divide by negative 8. So minus 8 divided by minus 8 become positive 1. Minus 8 divided by minus 8 become positive 1. Positive 160 divided by negative 8, negative 20. Less than 0 because I divide by negative, so I need to flip my mouth so it become bigger than 0. Yes, merry-go-round I already saw today paper, but I only glance through. 我只是这样看过而已. I haven't really looked in depth. But like I mentioned, focus on revising a trigo, formula, logarithm, equation of circle. I roughly see these are the questions that haven't come. These are the topics that haven't come out. I haven't in depth looked into it, but I know there's no trigo. The only trigo graph came out only. So focus on trigo. Okay, then after that, let's factorize this. So we will have p plus 5, p minus 4 more than 0. So for this one, draw this. So we will have negative 5 and 4 more than 0 this side. So we have p less than negative 5 or p more than 4. Do you see that actually I have, it's not done yet. Remember, we have actually 2 conditions to fulfill, right? So this is the first condition that I need to fulfill for my p. This is the so-called the second condition that I need to fulfill for my p. So I need to combine these two. I need to combine these two. Yes, thanks for the rose. Yes, I have YouTube channel. You can go to my bio, click on my link. Okay, there's only one link on my bio, TikTok bio. The second last button, go to my YouTube channel. Okay. Then after that, I need to combine. So usually how I combine is I draw the number line. So let's draw the number line. So I have minus 5, minus 2, and 4. So minus 5, minus 2, and 4. P less than negative 2. And then this one is this side and this one. So your task is to find out which is the region that has common two double line. If you see, the double line is only here. So therefore, the range of P that fulfill both of these, therefore it will be P is less than negative 5. Okay, so I mentioned just now, many students never put this A less than 0. Most of the students do the second condition. Please remember to put the first condition. This is below x-axis, always negative. So this first condition is A less than 0. If it is above x-axis or always positive, this A is more than 0. The discriminant is less than 0 for both situations. Okay, so we are done with this question. Always hear the same old question that people always ask, why is it that we are learning all these things real life will not use all these things of course we know that we will not use all these things but the thing is you need all these things to get your academic cert, right? You want to apply whatever course, you also need an O-level, diploma or whatsoever. Then you don't have your O-level, how you apply for all these things? Correct or not? And then if you don't apply for all these things, you don't learn all these things, how you get your cert? Then how you get your cert? How you going to apply? Oh, I want to go poly, I want to go uni. Then you got nothing to give. So you go up and tell the school, I will study very hard. Can you please accept me into the school? You think they will bother? 他们都是看你的纸，对不对? You need your O-level to go into the school, right? And then after that, yes, you come out to work already. Yes, okay, you finally got a job, you graduate already. Then you don't need all these things. But that is the after thing. Okay? Okay? So, factorize this. This is a cubic factorization. So, over here, I'm going to write, this is using this formula. A cubed minus B cubed is equals to A minus B, A squared plus AB plus B squared. This question is using this. So there's another one which is the plus one. The A cubed plus B cubed is equals to A plus B, A squared minus AB plus B squared. This formula is not given, you're supposed to memorize. Okay, so now, over here, I'm going to write it as 2 plus x cubed minus 6 cubed. So actually, I'm going to apply this. A cubed minus b cubed. In this case, the a is the 2 plus x. The b is the 6. Okay, so I'm going to apply here. So it will be a plus b. Okay, and then after that, a square. So it will be a square plus ab plus b square. So you see, I make use of square bracket. Don't always use so many round bracket. It will be very confusing. So then let's simplify. So we now can have, this one is x. Sorry. Whoa, I put wrongly. This one is minus. A minus b. This is minus. Check. Okay, can. So this one will be x. 2 minus 6 is minus 4. So this one become x minus 4. Let's rainbow this. So it will be a square. So it will be 4 plus 2ab. So it's 4x plus x square. This one will be plus 12. You see, I'm so untidy, Why today I write wrongly? This is 2 plus x and 6. This is x. The 6 is this one. 6 cubed is 216. Okay, so then after that, I will get plus 12 plus 6x plus 36. Close it. Okay, so let's simplify. So we have x minus 4. Okay, x squared plus 10x plus 52. Done. Okay, you can check whether this one can factorize. This one cannot further factorize. If can, it will be like 2 more brackets. But this one cannot. Now this formula learned in Sec 3. When you learn AMath polynomial, you'll be learning this one already. This is under AMath Sec 3 polynomial. Okay. Okay, so now over here, see the word hence. Hence means that they tell you that you're going to use the part A. Show that blah 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 has exactly 1 root. So if you see that the left hand side is exactly the same as this side, so that means I'm going to copy down these to the left hand side. So I will write x minus 4, x squared plus 10x plus 52 equals to x plus 4 squared. Okay, so how do you do this? Do you see that as x minus 4? Same. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make this one subject. So I will write this way. 如果我放另外一边可以吗? If I take out, also can. So x minus 4, x squared plus 10x plus 52 subtract x minus 4 squared equals to 0. Okay. So factorize out the x minus 4. So actually this one is factorize out the x minus 4. So factorize out the x minus 4, put a big square bracket. This one take out x minus 4, you left with this. So you have x squared plus 10x plus 52 minus, when I take out x minus 4, I still left with x minus 4 equals to 0. So let's simplify this. This one is just x minus 4, no change. So this one will have x squared plus 10x plus 52 minus x. Be careful, this one is plus 4 because minus equals to 0. So we have x minus 4, x squared plus 9x minus 56. Wait. Oh yeah, correct, can. Okay, equals to 0. Okay, so x squared, 9x minus x, 9x, 52 plus 4 plus 56 equals to 0. You know, they're very agitated. You know why? I show you proof. Because what I did here was I bring this one, I keep here, this one I put this side. Then I scared you all will get confused if I do this way. So I change another way by bringing this over. So when I bring this over, this side, and my answer is different. That's why you see that why I go and put minus 56. Okay? Yeah, so funny, right? Okay, so now this is the equation. So we will say, okay, so x minus 4 equals to 0, or x squared plus 9x plus 56 equals to 0. Okay, so x equals to 4. And you see, they already tell you to show that it has exactly one root. So actually, we already have one root here, correct? So I will know that this one will not give me any root. So if this one will not give me any root, then I will just use discriminant less than 0 to prove that this one doesn't give me any real roots. So b squared minus 4ac, so b squared minus 4ac. Okay, let's see what's this. This is 81 minus 456. So I have minus 143. So this is less than 0. So I've proven that the discriminant is less than 0. So therefore, this side will have no real roots. Right? So if this side no real root, I only have this part. That is why it has only one real root. So therefore, it has exactly one root, which is x equals to 4. Okay? Hello, Faith. Teacher, is it possible if we use the finding x formula? Actually, no need. You see, let me explain why actually no need to use the formula. So I'm not so sure whether you all actually know that. You see, when we solve our x, we have minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a, correct? This is your quadratic formula. Not going through AMath paper 1, we are moving on already. History already. Hey, hello, history. Now, don't look backwards already. You look backwards only after you finish your paper. Now look forward, revise for your other paper and paper 2 already. So let's analyze this formula. You see here, do you realize that this side is discriminant? This is your b squared minus 4ac. So when my b squared minus 4ac is positive number, I square root positive, I get positive. Plus minus positive, that means I will get two different roots. And that's why it's always two real and distinct roots. And then when my b squared minus 4ac is equals to 0, square root 0 give you 0, plus 0 minus 0, that means that's why you get two real and equal roots. And then when my discriminant is less than 0, I cannot square root negative. I mean, in JC, I know that you all can square root negative, that's complex number or imaginary roots. But the thing is, in O level, we will say that there's no real roots. That's why you don't say no roots. You only say no real roots. Okay, so in this situation, you don't have to do the whole formula, you see. You only need to prove that this discriminant is less than 0. I will know that it's no real root. You understand? So you don't have to write like the whole formula, ma. Got it? So just use the discriminant to prove that it's less than 0. Yes, less than 0. Okay, actually it's all interlinked. It's all interlinked one. Okay? Why no more square third line? Or this part, You see here, what I did was this, I bring this over is minus, right? So this is one term, this is the second term, correct? So actually I'm taking out the common factor. So I take out the x minus 4. So when I take out x minus 4, I take out x minus 4 from the first term, I will left with the second bracket here. This one, because it is square, so when I take out x minus 4, I still left with a x minus 4. Mary, go around, understand? Okay, so now let's move on. Let's see what's my question 7. Okay, question 7, area under the graph, which also haven't come out in paper 1, so you all need to go and do your area under the graph. Okay, the diagram shows part of the curve intersecting the y-axis at A, and the tangent to the curve at this point intersect the y-axis at B. Find the coordinates of A and B. So this question will make use of your coordinate geometry concept, you make use of your normal tangent concept, and then after that eventually your integration, and then eventually your area under the graph. Okay, all concept pumped together. So first they ask us to find coordinate A and B. So let's take a look at A first. A is a point that is on the curve, and because it's on the y-axis, what is 0? Can you tell me whether is it x is 0 or is it y is 0? This one easy. Point A, can you tell me sub x equals to 0 or sub y equals to 0 for point A? Well done. So let's sub x equals to 0. So sub x equals to 0 into the curve. So I will have y equals to square root 1 plus 3, 0. So it's actually just square root 1, which is 1. So therefore my A is 0, 1. Okay, so we settle our A. Next, now I want to find my B. Okay, see, you got to be very careful. So B is on this line. So B is not on the curve. So now what is this line? The line they mentioned that is the tangent line. So you will have to make use of the concept. Okay, you have to make use of the concept whereby you need to find the equation of the tangent line. Okay, so how do you find equation of a tangent line? You need to have y equals to mx plus c. So to find gradient of tangent, yes, first is differentiate this one. So let's differentiate. My y, I will put it as 1 plus 3x to the power of half first. Change it to this form, then you can differentiate. So dy dx, bring down, it will be applying chain rule, bring down the power. So it's half 1 plus 3x, power minus 1, half minus 1, so it's minus half. And differentiate the inside, which gives us 3. So this one will be 3 over 2. And 1 plus 3x to the power of negative half. Because this is negative half, so I'm going to bring it to the denominator. So now it will become 3 over 2 square root 1 plus 3x. So this will be my dy dx. dy dx is the gradient of tangent. This one Sec 3 haven't learned. Differentiation or differentiation integration are all in Sec 4, upper Sec. Sec 4. So now I need to find the gradient of this line. So this is gradient function. So we're going to sub in x equals to 5. Here. So you will sub x equals to 5. So I never put the I never show the full step lah. Sub x equals to 5, you will get 3 over 8. So my equation of the tangent, see here, so it will be y equals to 3 over 8x plus c. This is the equation of this line. Okay, I still have a missing c. I need to sub a point which is on the line. And the only point we have is 5, 4. So just sub in 5 and 4. So we have 4 equals to 3 over 8, 5 plus c. C equals to 4 minus 15 over 8. So it's 17 over 8. So therefore, y is equals to 3 over 8x plus 17 over 8. So how do you find the b? Actually, you see, this line cuts the y-axis. So this b is actually your y-intercept. Okay, so actually it's already 17 over 8. So therefore, my b is a 0, 17 over 8. Done. So we settle our A, we settle our B. Okay, 4 marks. Okay, next, you're going to calculate the area of the shaded region. So in this situation, okay, when you can see that the curve, you know that you are able to integrate, then you can straight away do vertical line down already. Because sometimes you cannot integrate. When you cannot integrate the curve, you got to see whether you want to make x a subject. Make x a subject and then integrate with respect to y. And when it's integrate with respect to y, then you turn over. You understand? Okay, in this situation, don't need. I'm just giving you a scenario. So now for this case, I'm going to, before I do, I'm going to, this point here, draw the vertical line down. The x coordinate, I need this because later when we integrate, we need the limits. No, this one is bounded by x-axis. No need to bounded by y. This one no need. Because we can integrate this one. So we can just do the x-axis one. So now let's see. So let's analyze. If I'm going to integrate this curve, sweep from phi to O, I'm actually finding the white color portion because it's under the curve with respect to the x-axis. But I want my shaded is here. So how do you find the shaded? We just take the area of the trapezium. Area of the trapezium minus the white color one. So I will write here. So area of shaded will be equals to trapezium. Okay, I'm going to just write it here. Equals to area of trapezium minus integrate, sweep from 5 to... Oh, why I put 5 to 4? Oh, okay, I write wrongly. Oh my god. So it's 5 to 0. And then integrate 1 plus 3x half dx. Why 0 to 5? 5 to 0. You sweep towards the origin, big to small. Area of trapezium is half multiplied by sum of parallel side multiplied by height. Okay, so I'm going to put here already. So let's analyze the trapezium. So this is my parallel side. This one, my B was 17 over 8. So that means from here to here, you know it is 17 over 8. Okay, because my B coordinate. And from here to here, you just look at the y coordinate, which is 4. So we know this is 4 unit. So the parallel side, one is 17 over 8. One is 4 unit. As for the height, it is 5. So this part, it will be half multiplied by A plus B, sum of parallel side multiplied by the height. Subtract. Okay, let's integrate this. So integrate this, power plus 1. So I'm going to write, okay, okay, put like that. 1 plus 3x, power plus 1, so it's 3 over 2, over the new power, multiply by differentiate the inside, put it at the denominator, and we're going to sweep from 5 to 0. So if we integrate the line, also can. Yeah, some students, like for example, area of the trapezium, right? You can actually integrate the line. Since you have the tangent line here, you can integrate the line, sweep from 5 to 0, you will also get the trapezium. But usually when it is involved rectangle or triangle or trapezium, I use the formula because I find that integration a bit troublesome. You see, after I integrate, I need to sub the value. A bit troublesome, right? So that's why usually when it is straight line, I will just use rectangle, triangle, or trapezium. Only when it's under curve have no choice, you have to integrate. Yes, I feel that it's troublesome. That's why I just use trapezium or triangle or rectangle. Okay, only this type, we have no choice lah. Okay, so now let's continue. This part, okay, I'm going to key calculator here. So trapezium is half multiplied by 17 over 8 plus 4. Then multiply by 5. So we have 245 over 16. So 245 over 16. This is my trapezium. Okay, now let's analyze this one. After I integrate, we need to simplify, right? So very disgusting, right? Because got fraction, right? See, this is 3 over 2 times 3. So the denominator is 9 over 2. When it's divided by 9 over 2 means it's multiplied by 2 over 9. You just need to flip. So it becomes minus... No minus. Put a bracket. So it becomes 2 over 9. 1 plus 3x to the power of 3 over 2. And then we're going to sub in 5 and 0. Okay. So now let's start to sub in our 5. So 2, 4, 5 over 16 minus 2 over 9. 1 plus 3, 5. Oh, I need to put in a lot of subtract. This one, does it give me 0? Oh no, I have to put, because it does have a 1 here. So 2, 9, 1 plus 3, 0, 3, 2, close it. Let me check. So first is sub in the 5. Okay, then next is subtract. Then after that, sub in the 0. Okay, so now let's key calculator. So let's check the 5 one. So 2 over 9, 1 plus 15 to the power of 3 over 2. Lazy to put fraction. I just put 1.5. Okay, you need to know 3 over 2 is 1.5. Okay, I press calculator. So give me 128 over 9. So this is 128 over 9. Subtract. Okay, now I just go here. This one is what? 1 plus 0. So this one is just 1. So we have 2 over 9. So it's just minus 2 over 9. This one can press calculator already. So we will have 245 over 16 minus, put bracket, 128 subtract 2 over 9. Close. So we have 1.3125 units square. Done. Okay, since it's a nice decimal, this is called terminating decimal. That means nice decimal. Just leave it in this form. Okay, even if you want to put it in mixed number, 1 whole 5 over 6, you are also not wrong. Sorry, not so sure this one is from what? Not familiar with Malaysia syllabus. For those who are learning here, who are doing Malaysian math, maybe you can explain. Can you want to screenshot? Wait. Okay, for those who are new here, can go check improper cannot. Usually I don't like to put improper. Only coordinate I put improper fraction. Other than that, I always put mixed number. Okay, so for those who are new here, can go to my bio, click on my link. There's only one link there. Then when you click the link, there's many buttons, right? The last button will go to my Telegram channel. If you need to download the PDF, it is there. But I skipped some question today because those questions already came out in today paper 1, so I didn't do. Then there is a little bit of typo, so take note. So but tomorrow we will upload the solution plus the TikTok replay. You can go to my YouTube channel. So my link, bio link, click on it. The last button go to my Telegram channel. The second last button go to my YouTube channel. So I know today I don't have any trigo question, but kids, okay, go to my YouTube channel, search under my channel videos, type trigo. You should be able to see many videos there. Just now someone asked about binomial, but binomial they came up today. So for those who are doing O level, you don't need binomial. Go and search binomial. Focus on trigo, formula. Okay. What else? Rate of change, logarithm, I haven't seen the actual question, area under the curve. I haven't seen the actual paper yet, but these are roughly the few topics. Okay? You block my account. I don't know. I'm not the one who's in charge of blocking. I will leave it to my moderator to decide. Okay, let's move on. There's no fixed topic that will come out in paper 1 or paper 2. I can only say what come out in paper 1 will not come out in paper 2. So usually after paper 1, then you will know what topics you need to focus for paper 2. Okay? Like just now, one student was shocked that linear law came out today, right? Maybe you all assume linear law will come out in paper 2, but it's not a confirmed thing that, oh, linear law is paper 2. No. Okay, so the one just now, screenshot, I believe you screenshot already. I'm going to move on. Okay, let me see what's my question 8. Okay, question 8, equation of circle. Yes, equation of circle also didn't came out today. So it's also another topic that you need to revise. Yeah, quite safe to say kinematic won't come out again. Today, kinematics question a bit chim, a bit not like the normal one. I haven't looked into it yet, but yeah, it's that's kinematic. Okay, proof in plane geometry also came out already. So the good news is paper 2 no need to study plane geometry. Okay, now equation of circle will come out because haven't come out today. So the diagram, Cher, what school you teach? Cher don't teach in Singapore school. Cher teach in my own school, Teacher Kangie school. Yes, I already upload. The paper is in my Telegram channel. Go to my bio, click on the last button. You go to my Telegram channel. Tomorrow morning, my team will upload the today TikTok replay. For those who came in late, you want to like listen again, or you want to watch the in front one, or you want to rewatch again. Okay, the replay will be uploaded to my YouTube channel by tomorrow before noon. Okay, the PDF worksheet is also in my Telegram channel. Okay, let's continue. The diagram shows 2 points, A and B is given. They give us the coordinate already. Okay, so they say that the center C is above. Okay, see here. The center C lies above the x-axis. Okay. Okay, the line x equals to -8 is a tangent. So be careful. This is not y-axis. This is a vertical line, x equals to -8. Okay. So if it's a tangent, I'm going to put a dot here. Okay, so this is our radius. And these two coordinates is given, so I'm going to fill in the blank. -6, 2. This B is 10 and 2. So now your task is show that the radius of this circle is 10 units. How? Anyone got any idea how to do this question or not? This one I put a little bit bottom. How do you prove that the radius is 10 units? Yes, good one. Draw the isosceles triangle first. So I'm going to join the A and B. Draw the chord. And if you notice, this chord, the y coordinate is the same. So that means this is a horizontal line. And then I'm going to join the C to the B. This is our radius. And then join the A to the C. This is another radius. And next is draw the perpendicular line down. And you see, for isosceles triangle, when we draw a perpendicular line down, the bottom actually bisect. So in other words, this point here is the midpoint of AB. Yeah, how to know it's isosceles triangle? This is properties of circle. The property of circle. The property of circle. Okay. So because the corner, the two sides are definitely the radius and they definitely is equal. Radius is definitely the same. So then when you join the chord, it will definitely form an isosceles triangle. Yes, find the midpoint. Okay, let's find the midpoint. So my midpoint, I'm going to use a midpoint of AB. So it's take the average of the x coordinate and the y coordinate. So it will be minus 6 plus 10 divided by 2. 2 plus 2 divided by 2. So in the end, we have 2 and 2. So this midpoint, it is 2 and 2. So how do you find the radius? See here, this point is directly below the center. Okay, this point is directly below the center. So the x coordinate is 2. So do you agree that this center C is also 2? Okay, we don't know what is this yet. I put an underline, but we know that the x coordinate is 2. So from here to here, do you agree that this is the radius? Right? And look at this line. This is x equals to minus 8. So from minus 8 to 2, it is 10. Got it? So minus 8 to 2. So therefore, okay, you will see that the radius is equals to the distance between center and the tangent. Therefore, it's just 8 plus 2 equals to 10 units. Shown. Okay. Next, they asked me to find the equation of the circle. So I already have my radius. To find equation of circle, I need the center of the circle. And then after that, I need the radius. Radius already settled, right? So now how am I going to find the center of the circle? Now let's take a look. Over here, just now we already agreed that the center x coordinate is 2, correct? So it's only the y coordinate that is unknown. So it will be a B. I let it be B. So I will say let center be 2B. Let center be 2B. So now, because I already know the length of my radius, agree? So I'm going to use BC, use the length of the line segment and form equation. So I will say 2 minus 10 square plus b minus 2 square is equals to square root. Is equals to 10. Okay, this is the length formula, which will give us 10 units because the radius is 10. The 2 just now we already know because you see, just now our midpoint is 2, 2, correct? So this center is above the this one. So the x coordinate is 2. And b is unknown. Not necessary for you to use the b lah. You want to put c, d also can. Usually I don't like to put y. How do I get 10? From here. See here. Okay, I repeat. So midpoint 2, 2. So, do you agree that the radius is from here to here? Here to here. So, the x coordinate is 2. And this one, this point here, the x is minus 8. So, the distance from the tangent point here to this center, it's 8. Minus 8 to 2, the distance is 10. That's how you get 10. So, then after that, now, after agreeing that my x-coordinate of my center is 2, the only point that I don't know is the y-coordinate of my center. So, I let it be B. So, that's why I write here, let the center be 2B. y2 minus 10. y2 minus 10. Oh, okay. I'll show you. This is the center. My point B is 10, 2. Okay? I'm finding the length of these 2 points. So 2 minus 10 square plus b minus 2 square. and then square root. That's the formula to find the length. And this length BC is the radius. So that's why it's equals to 10. Okay, so let's square both sides. So we will have minus 8 square plus b square minus 4b plus 4 equals to 100. So what I did was I square both sides. So now it becomes 64 plus b square minus 4b plus 4 minus 100 equals to 0. So we have b square minus 4b, and this is minus 32 equals to 0. Can I use A coordinate? Can. You want to use A coordinate and C to form the length and equals to 10 also can, because both sides also 10 ma. Okay, I choose to take the 10 too is because I try not to work with negative like if I have the option. Right? Because every time we work with negative, very high chance we got mistake, right? Okay, so let's solve this, factorize this. So we have b minus 8, b plus 4 equals to 0. We have b equals to 8 or b equals to negative 4. Okay, so now you can see that because this is on the right hand side of the I mean as in, okay, see your this coordinate is y is 2 b is above the 2, so that's why I take the 8 and reject the negative 4 okay, so we will reject this one, and therefore you know it's b equals to 8. So therefore center of circle is equals to 2, 8. Because I'm finding the length of the BC. I'm finding the length of BC, and BC is the radius. That's why I equals to 10. Can you write formula you're using on the side, please? I only use one formula, the length formula. Oh, okay, this one. Midpoint is x1 plus x2, the average of the x coordinate, the average of the y coordinate. This is the midpoint. Over here, this is finding the length. Finding the length is use square root x1 minus x2 square plus y1 minus y2 square. This is finding the length of a line segment. So now I have my center of the circle as well as the radius. So now I can form the equation of the circle. So therefore, equation of circle will be x minus 2 square plus y minus 8 square equals to radius square, which is 100. Done. So this is standard form. Okay, just don't put 10 square, you got to put 100. Standard form. This is your equation of circle. Unless they ask for the general form, then you need to expand. Why do you reject minus 4 again? Because my center is here. Look at the y. My y here is 2. So this C is above 2. That's why I reject the negative and take the positive one. Okay. Okay, so that's the full question. Okay, there's still part C. We are not done yet. Okay, the part C say, ask you to find the equation of the tangent to the circle parallel to the x-axis. Parallel to the x-axis means it's the horizontal line. Horizontal lines. Okay? So when you come back to, thanks for the wishing bottle, go back to the diagram. So you want a horizontal line that is a tangent to the circle. It's simply just above your center, right below the center. Okay, this line will be the tangent, the two tangent that we are talking about, these two lines. They want this equation of these two lines. Okay, so how do I find this? I need to find the y coordinate, correct? So now look at the center. The center, just now the B, we already know that it is 2, 8 already. Huh? So the y coordinate is 8. So our radius from here to here is 10. So to come here for the y coordinate is simply just 8 plus 10. Therefore, I know I will have y equals to 18. Okay, then how about the below? Same thing, look at the 8. So 8 minus 10, so I know that this one will be y equals to minus 2. So for the part C, okay, you simply just take the 8 minus 10 equals to negative 2, and then 8 plus 10 equals to 18. So therefore the two tangent equation of tangents parallel to x-axis is y equals to negative 2 and y equals to 18. Okay, I repeat. They want it parallel to the x-axis means it's a horizontal line. So tangent means you touch the circle. So when you touch the circle, it will be right above the center and right below the center. And of course, the distance is the radius. So all you need is look at the y coordinate, because equation of a horizontal line is y equals to something. So just look at the y coordinate 8 here. That's the center, y coordinate 8. The distance is 10, so I just take 8 plus 10. So therefore, I know it's y equals to 18. This one 8, so 8. Again, this from here to here, it is radius. So 8 minus 10, so that's why I know the y coordinate is negative 2. So the horizontal line is y equals to negative 2, okay? So that will be for our tangent means it's a line that touch the curve or the circle. Touch. Okay, then 1 point. Kiss the thing. Okay, so that is how you do this question. Okay, let's take a look at question number 9. I don't know, like, because I briefly looked through the paper, I don't know whether I got see stationary point or not. Like, so, but anyway, I decided not to skip this question, just in case. So I'm going to let's just do this question. The person asked me whether can tangent me, roll eyes, kena block. Can go through the TV question. Like I mentioned, not going through paper 1 today. We moving on. Okay, question 9. Okay, the equation of the curve is y equals to blah blah blah. They say find the coordinate of the stationary point on the curve, leaving your answer in exact value. So to find stationary point, we need to do dy dx equals to 0. So let's find dy dx. And look at this. This is denominator is 2 terms, so I have no choice. This one we have to use quotient rule, okay? So dy dx, use quotient rule, keep the bottom first. So it's 3 plus 4x. Differentiate the top, which will be keep the same. Okay, differentiate the power, so it's times 2. Subtract, this is subtract. Now keep the top and differentiate the bottom, which give me a 4. And the whole thing over bottom square. So it's 3 plus 4x squared. Okay. Thanks, Kavya Rasu. Thanks for enjoying my live. Okay, so now let's simplify the top. Okay, so I'm going to take out common factor. You see that actually this is two terms. A little bit tricky here. See here, this is one term, this is two terms. So I'm going to take out the common factor 2 and e to the power of 2x. So I'm going to take out 2e to the power of 2x. I put a square bracket. Taking out common factor 2e, 2x. This one I will left with 3 plus 4x. This one I will left with minus 2. Because I take out 2 and e2x already. So I left with a 2. So it's minus 2. Close it. Then after that, over bottom square. So simplify. So we have 2e, 2x, a 4x plus 1 over 3 plus 4x squared. So to find dy, stationary point, we want to do dy dx equals to 0, right? This one actually, see, dy dx equals to 0. So I'm going to let 2e, 2x, 4x plus 1 over x, this is 3. 3 plus 4x squared equals to 0. Okay, cross multiply. So you will have 2e, 2x, 4x plus 1 equals to 0. So sometimes students got confused with this one. So see here, listen here. This one multiplied by this one equals to 0. This exponential, okay, exponential, e2x cannot be 0, okay? If you recall, exponential graph is like that, it will not go to 0. So this one, it cannot be 0. So therefore, you will no need to do this part already. So you only have 4x plus 1 equals to 0. X is equals to negative 1/4. So my stationary point, the x coordinate is negative 1/4. Then they ask for the stationary point, so it means that you need to find x and y coordinate. So you see carefully. If the question say find the x coordinate, then stop already. Don't need to continue. But they say find the stationary point. Because our student always find x already, they happily go and move on already. They still have y coordinate. So in this case, we're going to sub x equals to negative 1/4 into the original y. Because you're trying to find the point. Don't anyhow sub. Sub into the y, and over here they ask for exact point, so that means you don't sub, really press calculator. So you have y equals to e2 negative 1/4 over 3 plus 4 negative 1/4. So the top part is e to the power of negative half. The denominator, this one is 4 times negative 1/4 is minus 1. So 3 minus 1, so the denominator is 2. So you keep it in the exponential because they want the exact form. But we should not have we should not have negative index. So it will become 1 over 2e minus half. And e to the power of half is square root. So you will rewrite and say it's 1 over 2 square root e. So the coordinate, so therefore the point is negative 1/4 comma 1 over 2 square root e. Done. Okay. Next, to determine the nature of the stationary point. So for those who know that stationary point, to find nature, you can use second derivative test, okay, or use the first derivative test. So usually I use second derivative test. But you look at your dy dx. Look at your dy dx. If I want to differentiate this one, I think I can cry. It's not possible to differentiate this one more time. So when my dy dx is difficult to differentiate one more time, I'm going to just use the first derivative test. Okay? So draw the table. Okay, you need 9 boxes. So my coordinate is x is negative 0.25. Put it to decimal so that I can know easily what will be the point that I need to sub in. So be careful, this is negative. So a number that is smaller than negative 0.25 is negative 0.26. Don't go and put 24, huh? Negative 0.24 is bigger than this one. So you got to write, be careful when it's negative. So the right hand side is x equals to negative 0.24. So the common question student asks is, what value should I sub in? How small or how big? So you see, you only need to sub in a little bit to the left only. So I put negative 0.01. Okay, so it is fine. Even you put negative 0.001, you still, as long as it's to the left of this point. Okay, so after I sub, remember, sub this into your dy dx. This one is 0, so it's horizontal. So you are supposed to sub into dy dx, so sub into here. We don't need to know the actual value. You only need to know whether is it positive or negative. This is negative, so that means it's sloped down. This one sub in, you get positive, so it's sloped up. So since it's this direction, so therefore hence it is a minimum point. Done. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, this question 10. Okay, there's a typo. This one is not Y, this one is H. Okay, I also want to state one thing. Linear law already came out for the drawing graph one, but I don't know whether they will come out the non-graph version. Okay, so let's just do this because this one quite fast. Okay, in order for okay, you want to put it into the straight line graph. That means into the big Y and big X. So that means you need to massage this into the linear form. Okay, so I'm going to write out my Y. So Y equals to H1 plus X to the power of K. You see, I want to bring down the K. There's a power K. So the only way to bring it down is you either log or ln both sides. So in this case, there's no base 10 involved, base E involved. So either you can choose to log or ln also okay one. So for me is I'm going to log both sides. So I'm going to log both sides. So it will be log Y equals to log H1 plus XK. So I'm going to split here. You see, this is H multiplied by this. So when this is multiplied, you split, it becomes plus. So it becomes log H plus log 1 plus XK. But this K power law, I can bring it down. So it's here. So let's shift this a little bit because I want to shift it into this form. So it will be log Y equals to K log X plus 1 plus log H. So they're asking you what is the expression for the X and the big Y. So in this case, my big Y is log Y. My big X is log X plus 1. Done. Okay, this is simply just shifting the non-linear form to the linear form. Okay, next, part B. They ask you to explain how this straight line may be used to determine the value of H. So now you look over here. Okay, you can see that this is the gradient and this is the y-intercept. So my M is K, my big C is log H. Okay, so this one is shifting non-linear form to linear form. So you can see that the power K, I want to bring it down. The only way to bring the power down is to log or ln both sides. So I choose to log both sides. If you want to put ln both sides also can. So log both sides. So log Y and log this one. Because this is multiply, so I split, it become plus. Okay, and then this one power law, I just bring down the K. So I just shift it because log H is my constant. This one on my left hand side. So that I have, because I'm supposed to shift into this form. Therefore, my big Y is log Y. My big X is log X plus 1. My gradient is K. And then my big y-intercept is log H. For part A, they are only asking for this. Then explain how the straight line can determine the value of h. So look at it here. So where is the h? H is talking about this one. So that means my h is related to my big y-intercept. Okay, so from here, I will say that I will write log h is equals to my big y-intercept. So to find my h, okay, I'm going to reveal. This is base 10. So this is actually log base 10 y-intercept. So my h will be 10 to the power of y-intercept. And we are done. 1 mark only. They only ask you that how you're going to use your straight line to determine the h. Okay, so we are done with this question. Let's move on to question 11, which is the R formula question. Okay, so the diagram blah 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 shows length 20. Okay, they give me AB. So students always get very confused. The first part they don't know how to prove. You make use of the trick is you're going to cut the diagram into right angle triangle, keeping the length given and keeping the theta. So in this question, I have the height of the whole wall is h, which they show you is here. Okay, so I can already see that, okay, I will draw this dotted line down, right angle. And this one I can extend. So this is the one I want. And this point, I'm going to label. So use X and use Y. You can use any other alphabet as long as you don't use ABC. Because ABC already used, Okay, practice make perfect. I practice for 11 years already. Of course, I'm good. I am quite good, not very good. Okay, I must be humble. I'm not so clever. Okay. Okay, so where is the theta? You see, I draw this triangle. This is Z. This is Z. So actually, the theta is here. So now you look at this. I already have BCX, which is a right angle triangle with a theta and a 9. So I will be using this to find my BX. Another triangle is BYA. This one, the theta is already shown here, and the 20 is here. So what I usually do is, we can always draw out the triangle if you cannot see carefully. Like for example, this triangle. Okay, for those, not necessary for you to draw out, but usually I draw out so that I can focus on the triangle and not be disrupted by the other stuff. So this is C, this is theta, this is X, and this is B. And my 9 is this one. See, my H is equals to BX plus AY. My H is equals to BX plus AY. Here and here. So BX is over here. Based on the theta, my angle reference is here. So this is opposite, this is adjacent, and this is hypotenuse. So because I want to find opposite, I'm given hypotenuse, so is sine. So we know, so sine theta is equals to BX over 9. Put over 1, cross multiply, BX is equals to 9 sine theta. Okay, now we are settled with the 9 sine theta. Now we're going to look at this bigger right angle triangle. Okay, I'm going to draw it here. So, no need to draw it so big. Okay, then just label. This is B, this is Y, this is A, this is theta, and this is 20. So what do you want? You want the AY, which is here. So based on this theta, this is my opposite, this is my adjacent, this is my hypotenuse. So I want AY. AY is adjacent. I'm given hypotenuse, so it's cosine. So we will have cosine theta is equals to AY over 20. Cross multiply, so my AY is equals to 20 cosine theta. So you see I done. So therefore, we follow my BX I write here. So it will be 9 sine theta plus 20 cosine theta. You want to rewrite to follow exactly also can. Okay. Shown. What do you mean by constant failure? There's no such thing as constant failure. The more you fail and the more you stand up, the stronger you are, you will succeed. Just a matter of time. Just don't give up. Okay? Woo, I actually understood the problem. Good. Okay, our formula didn't came out today, so it might come out tomorrow. Okay? Thank you very much. I hope you understand. Let me see. Oh, today my like only 7.8k. So poor thing. See whether we can hit 10k today. But let's focus. We have, this is only part A. We still have a part B here. Is it? Can? So I always draw this. I always draw out the separate triangle so that my student can understand how to do the proving part. Okay, thanks for the rows. Okay, good. So now over here, they asked me to put into the R formula. This one easy. So I'm going to write out my H in front. It was given 20 cosine theta. This one tricky. Okay, this one I see. This one give me 20 cosine theta. So it is plus 9 sine theta. In front, my H is this. But do you see that they asked to find in terms of sine? Let me give you 10k. Wow, thank you. Okay, so you see, take note, okay, you have to know whether they ask you to change to sine or cosine. If they want you to change to sine, make sure that you shift this one to the first term. Common mistake is student, happily change already. They just say, oh, this one B, this one A. Then they got the tangent inverse wrong. You need to get your A and B correct. Then you will get it, the whole question correct. So now, because they want in terms of sine, so you need to shift it. So I need to shift this to 9 sine theta plus 20 cosine theta. Make sure the first term is exactly the one that they ask you to change. Hi, do you teach special kids? Oh no, sorry, Ling Mama. I don't teach special kids. Although my heart, I want to teach them, but I don't have the skills to teach them. So I don't want to hide. I don't want to hide. How to say? I don't want to cause more harm to the kid. Okay, get someone who last time previously, just share only, just side story. Previously, last time I have a student who came in. Then I think the boy a bit I think he's considered a special kid. Thank you, Ling Mama. But I wanted to help him. I tried to help him, but in the end, I couldn't help him. So in the end, I introduced him to my friend, because my friend daughter actually teach special kids. Oh yeah, Ling Mama, I have contact that someone who can teach a special kid. So if you want the contact, can you PM me? Okay, can you PM me? Send me a message. I can send you the contact. So that boy, I actually introduced to that friend. But not everyone wants to accept that their kid like a special kid. But I would like to extend out. Sometimes when we refuse to accept, then the child actually will suffer. And you know that actually will face a lot of issue in school. Actually that will bring their confidence and everything down a lot. Self-esteem, everything. So it's always good to get the correct help. Okay, yeah. Okay, Ken. Okay, come, let's continue. 10k. Wow, 10.7k. Thank you. So just now I mentioned, please make sure that you shift it. So now my A is 9, my B is 20. So now my R is 9 square plus 20 square square root, and you have square root 481. Okay, whether the A and B is in the correct position doesn't affect my R, but it will affect your alpha. Okay, so it will be tangent inverse B over A. Where do I get the question from? You can go to my bio, click on my link, or go to the last button, go to my Telegram channel. the last button, go to my Telegram channel and get a PDF worksheet. But I would like to apologize first. Currently, the PDF, there's a few typo. Tomorrow morning, I will get my team to fix the typo. Then they will re-upload the PDF again. But they also will upload the solution, which is today this one plus the replay tomorrow. Okay, so then I will now again check whether is it degree or radian. This one degree, so can be in degree mode. So it will be 65.77 degree. So therefore, my H is equals to square root 481 sine theta plus 65.8 degree. Okay, 1 dp. Okay, so that will be the answer for this part. Now, find the greatest possible value of H and the value of theta at which this occurs, okay? A lot of times they come out this kind of question. So actually what you need to do is, you see, just imagine this is your trigo graph. The number in front of the sine, this part is the amplitude, right? And when we have the amplitude, our maximum is this, our minimum is just negative this. But that's provided there's no plus, there's no shift. So you need to be careful whether there's any shift. Thanks for the bottle. What bottle is that? QQ or wishing bottle. Okay, so for this case, there's no shift at all. So the maximum is simply this one. So we will know that the greatest possible value of H is simply square root 481. This share account again. No, just now I already scold, not say scold. Now just now I already reasoned out why people still think that way. Okay. Sine blah blah blah. Let's just take for example okay, like driving test. Of course, driving we need the skill also Some people say, hey, why I still need to take theory test? I can drive I can drive on the road correct or not? Then people always ask me, hey, why I study? You still need to drive, you still need to go test and everything to get the cert or the license, then you can drive, right? If you don't have a license, then you like for example, your friend don't have a license, you dare to sit in your friend car meh? Same issue We study now is to get the cert, right? After we get the cert already, whether we use the concept or not, that's another thing. Yeah, so rude, right? Never mind, I think my moderator blocked him already. Okay. So the greatest value is this. So it's simply, okay, when does this happen? It simply means that this times 1, agree or not? See, how to get square root 481? Square root 481 times 1, agree? So it happens at sine theta plus 65.8 degree equals to 1. Same lor. He say, what's the use of study so much? Next time come out to work, will not use it lor. But he say in a very rude, even more rude way. So I think straight away, I think my moderator instant few seconds block him already. Okay, so this, okay, sine 1, where is my 1? If you recall my sine graph looks like that, right? So where is 1? 1 is here. So when does it happen? It happens at 90 degree. Equals to 1 is because our greatest possible is square root 481, correct? So look at your H. Okay, the H formula is this one. You want this whole thing to be square root 481. Do you agree it's square root 481 multiplied by 1? Because my maximum, so first of all, do you all agree that the maximum is square root 481 first? Okay, the square root 481 is actually just the amplitude, so that's the maximum. So for my H to be square root 481, okay, it's actually square root 481 multiplied by 1. That's why it happens when this whole thing is equals to 1. Thank you. Can understand why is it that it's equals to 1 now? Okay, if they ask for the minimum, that means they ask for, let's say, the minimum, the smallest possible value. This is the amplitude. It's just like sine graph. It's just a sine graph. It's today, let's say for example only. If it is, let's say y equals to 2 sine x. Y equals to 2 sine x. My amplitude is 2, correct? So if I'm going to draw the graph, It is 2 and minus 2, correct? So, you see, look at this graph. What's the maximum? Maximum is 2. Minimum is negative 2. You simply just look at the amplitude, agree? Can, ah? So in this case, you visualize that this is actually the whole thing. The plus thing is the shift. The shift doesn't matter. When a shift graph actually only move left, move right. It doesn't move up, move down. So the maximum and minimum still remains the same. But you need to be careful is, this one doesn't have any shift. Like for example, if let's say today have a plus 5, example, if there's a plus 5, then your maximum is no longer this one. Then your maximum you need to plus 5. Yes, correct. Understand? If there is a shift, then your amplitude is not just the number in front already. Okay? If there's a plus 5, your maximum is no longer square root 481. It will be square root 481 plus 5. Okay? If there is a shift. But for this case, doesn't have. So the maximum is just this one. And it happens when this one is 1. That's why this one is equals to 1. So sine equals to 1. If you draw the sine graph, my 1 is here. Here is 90 degree. Therefore, it happens when theta plus 65 we use a long one, 77 degree is equals to 90 degree. So theta equals to 90 degree minus 65.77. Therefore, we get 90 minus 65.77. So we have 24.23 degree, round off 24.2 degree. Why cannot put 450? What 450? Why is it 450? Where do you get 450? There's many angle to have 1. We have infinity, correct? But you see your alpha is 0 to 90. Your theta is definitely a cube. No, this is not. Sine, you see, sine graph. I draw bigger here. Sine graph 360. This is 180 degree. Here is 90 degree. Where is 1? Isn't it my 1 happens at 90 degree? Yes, the R formula must rearrange because they say in terms of sine. So you must make sure that this one is sine first, then this is your A, this is your B. If you rearrange, if you never rearrange, you will do tangent inverse 9 over 20, right? Which is wrong. Understand? Okay. Okay, we are at the last question. This one, let me see whether is it. Oh, this one actually quite tricky. This will be the last question for the night. Wow, just nice. 14 minutes. Then we can complete. Most likely 14 minutes, no problem. Okay. Okay, so now they say the gradient function of a curve y is given by blah blah blah. Gradient function, you need to know that it's dy dx. So they are saying that my dy dx is equals to 2x squared plus x minus 6. Okay, they say, okay, you see, they only give me one information there. They only tell me y has a minimum value of this one. Find the equation of the curve. Okay, so first, when they talk about minimum value, actually they are talking about stationary point. Agree? So, if they're talking about stationary point, that means I need to link to dy dx equals to 0. Agree? So since I have my dy dx, so I'm going to do dy dx equals to 0. So therefore, I will have 2x squared plus x minus 6 equals to 0. And to solve this, I will get 2x minus 3, x plus 2 equals to 0. So I have x equals to 3 over 2 or x equals to minus 2. Now I managed to get the x coordinate for my stationary point. Bad news, I have 2 stationary points. How would I know which one is minimum point? Correct or not? Right? Then you say, oh no, okay. Then how? To find minimum point or find maximum point, you need to find your second derivative. Correct? The AMath paper today was, I think, quite mixture of feedback. Some students say it's manageable, some students say it's tough question. But I know that I briefly looked through. I think there's 2 to 3 questions quite tricky lah. I haven't attempted yet, so still don't know. I cannot give my 100% verdict first. Okay? But I saw 2-3 questions a bit out of the norm. Okay, so you need to test whether which one is maximum, which one is minimum point. So if you think back, finding nature is just do differentiation one more time, second derivative. So in this case, I'm going to differentiate one more time. So we go to d square y dx square, it will be 4x plus 1. And then we need to test out. So we will sub in x equals to 3 over 2 to find out what's my d square y dx square value. So when I sub this in, I will get more than 0. So it's 4, 3 over 2 plus 1, which will be 4, 1.5 plus 1, that will give us 7. So since this is more than 0, we know that this is a minimum point. But to play safe, isn't it obvious that it's Zhonghua paper 2? Any wrong? Okay, so d square y dx square equals to 7 more than 0. What's wrong with paper 2? I already, my questions are all from school past year paper. Okay, so see, but to play safe, we have to test whether this one is maximum or minimum point. So again, because I already have this one, I'm going to sub in x equals to negative 2. So d square y dx square is equals to 4 negative 2 plus 1. So I have minus 8 plus 1, so it's minus 7. This is less than 0, so it's maximum point. So when I do my dy dx equals to 0, I have 2 stationary points. I already did equation of circle just now already. You want, you can watch the replay tomorrow. Okay, this is already the last question for the night. Okay, so d square y dx square, because I want to test which one is my maximum, which one is minimum point. So I find the square y dx square function, get 4x plus 1, sub in x 3 over 2, I get more than 0 means it's a minimum point. So I know this is a minimum point. When I sub in minus 2, I get negative, so it's a maximum point. So these 2 stationary points, this is minimum, this is maximum. And then over here, they tell me that it has a minimum value of this one. So actually, this is the y value. So now I know, oh, so therefore, the minimum point is, the x is 3 over 2, and the y is this 1, 3 over 8. So this is a point. This is a stationary point, this is a minimum point, and this point lies on the curve. So why do I need to do that? Is because when you want to do equation of the curve, you need to integrate the dy dx. Remember, there will be a plus c. We need a point which is on the curve in order to find the c. That is why I do all the trouble to go and find out one point which is on the curve. So now we're going to do our y. So to do y, I need to integrate my dy dx. So I need to integrate 2x squared plus x minus 6 with respect to x. So we will have 2 integrate is x cubed over 3 plus x squared over 2 minus 6x plus c. So we have y equals to 2/3 x cubed plus half x squared minus 6x plus c. Okay? So now we need to sub in this point, these 2 points. So we will have to sub in our 3, 2 as well as 1, 3 over 8. Okay, so it will be 1, 3 over 8 equals to 2 thirds, 3 over 2 cube plus half, 3 over 2 square minus 6, 3 over 2 plus C. Okay, you go and press calculator. So your C is 7. So therefore, equation of the curve will be y equals to 2 thirds x cubed plus half x squared minus 6x plus 7. Done.